Yo, Real 92.3, Bootleg Kev DJ Hed.
West Coast.
Got my good friend in the building. One of my favorite MCs of all time. His name's Freddie Gibbs.
Of all time?
Of course. I got
tight,
you in my
man.
top 15 to 20.
Oh, see, you got to move a nigga up then. I don't like I don't like shit like 15.
How about this? My personal favorite, like you're higher. But like, you know, like if like we're just talking like, I feel like that there's
I don't
like.
make no damn sense. He said your personal favorite.
He has told me that.
So you got us okay. So you got.
So I got like the list.
You got an industry list and you got
and
your
then
own
I got
shit.
like my list.
Oh, like what he can say in public.
No, I got like my list.
He got his. So he called me a politician. So he got his political list.
He has political list and he got his list.
That's like, yo, this like my personal.
Trump. It's like, okay, it's like Trump had Trump fuck with certain motherfuckers on the, you know what I mean? Like he'll fuck with, what's the motherfucker Ku Klux Klan nigga name? David Duke.
David Duke.
Yeah, he don't fuck with him out in the open, but he fuck with him.
Hey, you got to come in through the tunnel.
That's how you
I
feel.
fuck with you out in the open. Come on, man.
I'm
You've
just
been knowing that.
Dude got to sneak into the White House through
But
the tunnel.
15, I don't like that. I got to sneak in the 10.
nah.
Would you be
You
cool
know.
with it? Would you be cool with 11?
Nah, I want to be in the top 10.
Skills wise, I mean,
Get the fuck out of here. He trying to save it.
I'm
gonna
not
be in
trying to
top
save
10.
nothing.
I'ma
Fred
get
knows
there.
he one of my favorite rappers.
I'm gonna get there.
He did tell me that you one of his favorite rappers.
Nah, he knows that already.
That's good.
But yo, man.
But when you put me lower than other people, that make me want to work even harder. So keep doing that every year.
Yo,
Keep doing it.
you just put out the project, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I love the whole. I like the rollout. Like it's showing like the other side of you that like only your homies know.
Yeah. Only
Because you're a real funny motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Everybody like somebody like tweeted the other day. It was like, man, you know what, man? I used to be really like deathly afraid of you, and I'm like, why, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? But you know, now they seeing, you know, a different side of me. You know, like with the videos and stuff like that, and with the social media stuff.
You don't smile a lot in public, bro.
I think I do. You don't think I do?
Not when you walk in. When you don't walk in smiling. Like you walk in like somebody took your chain and you here to get it back.
Ain't nobody ever took no.
No, I'm just saying like that's how you walk in.
Dang. I don't be trying to put that face on.
I think you've
man.
evolved from that.
It's fatherhood, bro.
That could be what it is, man. You know what I'm saying?
Because I just remember like the early days, like. You know, I'd be like, man, Fred is the biggest asshole in rap. I'm glad he's my homie.
That's what I used to hear.
A lot of people say that, man. I kind of want to erase that stigma about myself, man, because I be feeling that way. Like I was like, you know what I mean? I played in this celebrity basketball game, and I felt like all the niggas on the bench was like, stay away from that nigga. Like I don't know why. I just be chilling, man. I don't be.
Well, you have I know you as Gangsta Gibbs.
Correct.
So
correct.
you have a
You've been known to.
Yeah, I got a lot of stories out here about me and shit.
Oh no, it's not a lot. You have Uber stories out here.
I mean, but you know what I'm saying? But I mean, like a lot of that stuff ain't true, but you know what I mean?
A lot of it is.
Some of it is. I definitely come as advertised, you know what I mean? But I don't be, I just don't move like a lot of the, other rappers out here and stuff like that. So I don't know, maybe it puts a aura around me or,
You always been cool to me.
Yeah. You see, I came up here by myself. I ain't come with no
100%.
click
Thank
or
God.
nothing like that. I got my strap though.
Didn't even bring Lambo.
I got my strap though in this bag, the little bitty man.
You got the man purse, man.
Yeah, I got the little purse. There's something in there for it's something hot in there. There's something hot in there for you.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Shout out to iHeartMedia. We appreciate y'all.
So we consider Freddie an EP, right? More of an EP than an album. I mean, it's
EP, whatever.
Mixtape.
What is an EP nowadays?
I
mean,
guess
you
you're
know,
right.
what I mean,
It's
like
just everything straight to the people
Technically,
now.
it's less than 8 songs, I believe.
I mean, if you want to less than 8, whatever you want to call. I mean, last year I put out a project with 8 songs. I mean, this time it was like 9 or 10.
So what I'm wondering is, what's up with this new Madlib album?
I don't know nothing about that, man. It'll come out when when Otis ready to put it out. Man. I'm just waiting on him.
So
it ain't me. I'm done.
So you're done? Like how many records? Like you the whole shit's done?
It's done.
What's it? It's Zebra or some shit right there, right?
It's done.
What's the name
of it?
Yeah.
Oh, Bandana.
Bandana. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you're waiting on Madlib now.
I'm waiting on him.
Man.
I'm done. I'm done with everything I got to do for that album. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much.
How I remember how excited you guys were when the first project, it looked like it had a chance of getting nominated for a Grammy, that was my favorite album of the year that year.
Maybe it should have.
I think it definitely should have.
Yeah.
Do you kind of look at that first album with Madlib kind of like as like your like I feel like it's kind of like your Doggy Style, your amount, even though it's like nowhere near your first body of work, but it's kind of like your highest critically acclaimed project.
Right.
Do you look at it the same way, like kind of like your crowning achievement thus far in your career?
Yeah, I say so. Yeah, definitely. You sold the most. It did, definitely. Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely. I mean, people call it a classic. So
It's a classic for sure.
definitely. So I mean, to have that under my belt is cool. You know what I mean? I look at that as you know, something that you know, a lot of people in the game ain't got. A lot of people got, you know, dope singles, platinum records, all that stuff. But I don't think a lot of people got, you know, classic album. You know,
That's facts.
so it's cool. It's cool. It's a good thing. You know what I mean? As long as it keep, you know, bringing in checks, I ain't mad at it at all. I love it. You know what I mean?
Do you shy away from mainstream like looks and success and shit like that? Or you not give a fuck about it at all? Because I mean, I remember we had a conversation in the studio about it one time.
Oh yeah,
on the low. But do you feel like do you absolutely tell the truth? Do you really give a fuck about mainstream notoriety success?
I mean, to a degree, you know what I mean. But I don't know. It's another side of me that totally doesn't.
Because you about the checks, and you as long as you do your festival runs, you do your you go get so much money overseas and whatnot. But
yeah, I mean, like, you know, you know what I mean. I don't think I got into this for that. You know what I mean. I got into this to, you know what I mean, sustain myself. You know what I mean. I didn't project, you know, being this good at it. You know what I mean. But I think that I don't know, man. It's just certain things that I'm not gonna bend on or do to get to a certain point. As long as I stay rich,
You ain't tripping. Yeah, you supporting you and the fam.
I want to get
rap
richer.
Shit.
Yeah, I want to get more money and things of that nature. But it's you know, it's certain things that it's a certain level that I want to, you know what I mean, keep myself at, you know what I mean, so that I can, you know, just, you know, maintain my own sanity in this game, you know, in this industry that we in. So you know, I kind of like, you know, where I'm at. I kind of like
you comfortable
the stigma of I mean, you never comfortable. Like I said, man, you always want to make more and more money.
Yeah.
But I like the just the, you know, the aura of Freddie Gibbs, just
of
like
your brand.
I kind of like being like the ghost, like the Phantom of the Opera type dude. I don't want to be the.
You
don't want to be. You still want to be able to go to the mall.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't like. It's crazy because like I remember I used to go out a lot more.
Yeah. I mean, I get bothered when I go out, but still though, you know what I mean. It ain't like you ain't got to shut the store down or the mall down,
right.
Like when I go there. Not everywhere, you know what I mean. Maybe some places, but you don't. You know, I can still, like I said, man, I'm by myself right now. But I mean, people be surprised when they be like, damn, I'd be like, bro, I be chilling, man. I just, you know what I'm saying, took my daughter some food and.
You have any thoughts on the recent, not recent, but all the shit going on in Chicago right now? Like, I know it's, I just saw the past weekend was like 60-something people, some crazy shit. Like,
and the Gary to Chicago is what, like 20? Like,
I was just there. Yeah, that's home. All that's home right there. I gotta say this, man. You know, when it comes to like, you know, a lot of the shootings and things of that nature, I can't say exactly what it is or who it is or, you know, what the exact root of the problem is. You know, I'm not no, you know, no politician or nobody in that position to tell you what the, you know, problem is.
Yeah,
I'm not that guy. You know, I kind of stray away from being that guy, you know what I mean? But I will say this. I don't think it's all just black on black, gang on gang, us against us shootings. I think the police doing some of that shit.
Yeah.
It does.
Well, you would know better than I would.
Well, no, it does
Yeah,
feel,
man, like, okay,
with the numbers recently that there's, you know, some shit
I'm gonna keep
going
it real.
on.
I was drawing with the Lords, and we was talking in there, and we was talking about this the other day, and they was, you know, giving me some game, Big Lord, and they was giving me some game on something. And they was like, look, you know, why, like, how come, like, through the whole week it wasn't really no shootings, and then everybody just like get together and be like, oh yeah, we're gonna go shoot, bust everybody up on the weekend. Like, I don't know. I just don't really.
There's some other shit going on.
I think it's some other shit going on. You know what I mean? Like, it's you know, and I talked to, you know, some of the brothers at the mosque about that. You know what I mean? I think it's, you know, I hate to be, you know, I'm not the guy that's a conspiracy theorist or anything of that nature or anything like that, but I think we not the only ones busting them shots. I think that
it's some whole other shit.
Yeah, I think they shooting some us out
when
there.
I saw
you know
the numbers,
the numbers look a little crazy.
Like, yo,
come on, man, they doing that.
That's some mass shooting shit.
Yeah, that's not just us. That's not just us. They coming in and they killing us
on some purge type shit.
Yeah, they killing us out there, man. They not just doing it there either. They doing it other places. They just really getting fucking experimental with that shit out there. I mean, come on, dog. They just parked the truck full of fucking Nikes, a bait truck.
Yeah, I saw that shit.
Come on, dog. Like, if they you know,
I was watching some documentary, bro, and
dog. They using us as a fucking experiment right now.
I was watching a documentary on Chicago and like some of the shit that's going on, and they were doing bait cars. But the bait cars it was just the most extreme bait car. Like it had a pistol in it. You know what I'm saying? Like it had like a I don't know how much, I don't do the drug shit, but it had like a sack of weed in it.
See, there you go right there. You said bait car for one, Grand Theft Auto, pistol, bam, pistol charge, drugs. You giving a nigga 3 charges right there off the top.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So how we gonna win? You know what I mean? Like, you know, you can't win out there, man, or in not just there, you know what I mean? A lot of, you know, inner city areas, you know what I'm saying, in America, man. Like, you know, it's designed for us to lose, you know what I mean? And if we don't understand that by now, then we sleep.
Do you feel like Chicago gives proper representation, like in the media? Because it's not all like I watched The Chi. We have Vic Benson up here. I asked him about The Chi, right? And I told him everybody that I know that's from Chicago, half of my family's from Chicago. I asked him, is that a good depiction of what it's actually like? Not all the chaos
of that film or that particular
TV show. Yeah, but
I haven't gotten around to actually watching that like I want to. But I mean, you know,
how far is Gary from Chicago?
Like 15, 20 minutes is right there. You know what I mean?
It's close.
Yeah, it ain't far at all. We right there. We share the same radio station, same teams, everything.
Fuck the Pacers, go with the Bulls.
Yeah, some people like the Pacers. I don't. I never cared for the Pacers. That's like a million times I had to say that.
You got Greedo on Greedo's on the project, who obviously, you know, is facing an unfortunate situation.
Correct.
You know, free the homie Greedo.
Yeah, free Greedo. I like Greedo.
Was that something you guys actually got to work together on in the studio?
Yeah,
I know he was on like a crazy run recording shit.
Yeah, shout out to Kenny Beats. I mean, Kenny was, you know, responsible for a lot of everything that went down on this project. I mean, I probably wouldn't even make this project if it wasn't for Kenny, because like he kind of
handled a lot of the production.
Yeah, not aside from that. I mean, just the whole like vibe of it. You know what I mean? Like, I was just going over to his studio and just, you know, vibing with him and just knocking out records. And I was like, all right, man, like, let's just do something cool. And, you know, it turned into a project, you know.
What inspired the idea to recreate the artwork and, you know, kind of give it that vibe of, you know, the OG Freddie?
See, exactly. That right there, man. The smile that I just got from you right there, that was the inspiration right there, man. Because, you know, I was, you know, I mean, it's street music, you know. Of course. It's definitely got a street undertone to it. But with the whole presentation of it, you know, I wanted it to be, you know, presentable to, you know, soccer moms.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Whoever, you know what I mean? Not just, you know, street people or people that's, you know, familiar with my music. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm not on a major label, so it's like I got to use, you know, different kind of tactics to, you know, boost myself and put myself in those same positions. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? As those artists. So, you know, I think that I just went about it in a, you know, most creative way that I can go about it. You know what I mean? Especially for, you know, a 10-song project. You know what I mean? That I, you know, did in basically, you know, 2 weeks. And
that was how
the whole thing?
Yeah, I pretty much did. I could work quick, man.
Well, so I'm curious because, like, you know, usually like we're like, you know, before you went in for that bullshit overseas, like I feel like we were good to have like a Fred project like once every year or so.
Mm-hmm, definitely. I don't like to do like certain cats be doing like 5 takes.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like nowadays it's almost like the way music is now. It's like you got to almost keep feeding your fan base.
You definitely do. I think you got to do it in different ways. I think that I've been like kind of ahead of the curve with, you know, the way that I put out music. I definitely think that I do a lot of, you know, myself and Lambo. I think that we definitely do a lot of, you know, innovative ways of dropping the music
for
that
sure.
A lot of people, you know, we don't get the credit for. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you see everybody doing these like 3-song drops. You know what I mean? Like it was just dropping 3 songs. Like I was doing that with Pronto and White Range and all that type of stuff. Yep. Like, I mean, you know, everybody doing these short 7, 8-song projects. I mean, I did that with, you know, You Only Live Twice. I was doing that. Now everybody doing it like that. So, you know, like I said, no credit from not taking the credit away from anybody else, you know what I mean? Because we all, you know, in this industry to inspire each other and gain inspiration from one another. So I'm not, you know, I'm not trying to say nobody jocking what I'm doing, but I'm just saying that, you know, I definitely do drop my music in ways that, you know, I don't get the credit for.
Have you ever? It's crazy because you're always the guy to hop on other people's songs and make them look like idiots.
See, man, you gotta stop saying that. That's why don't nobody want to do no song.
Don't nobody want to get on the song.
I mean, like
I be trying to do collabs with niggas and they
well,
be
no,
like,
to be fair, like every time you hop on somebody else's record, like it's really hard for them to keep up with you. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, I treat it like, you know, like boxing, you know what I mean? Not that I'm sparring with the other rapper and nothing like that, but I look at it as something, like I said, man, like when I came in here and told you, you know, I feel like rap is something you gotta be in shape for, you gotta, you know, vibe out for, you know what I mean? Like when you're doing a song with a certain person, I think, you know, you kind of gotta match their energy or take their energy to the next level, and that's gonna make the song better, I think.
Yeah, I feel like in particular, the record with Black Thought, was that the last actual full album?
Shadow of a Doubt.
Yeah, Shadow of a Doubt, which was that shit was like probably one of the only times I was like, wow,
you like these message board niggas talking about.
No, I'm saying like someone kept up with Fred. I'm just curious, like that's one of my favorite Black Thought verses. When you heard that verse,
mine too. Black Thought is definitely
like when you heard that verse, was it like, damn, do I gotta go back in, or was it like,
hell nah, man, I don't never second guess my shit.
You ain't never went back in the studio and recut a verse after you heard a feature?
Nope, and never will.
I'm telling you, Fred be killing everybody's shit.
Never will. And like,
I remember there was
has anybody ever asked you to rewrite your shit because they didn't fuck
or
with
take you off?
I've been taken off of songs definitely, but not for being bad.
What songs you been taken off
for being too good, probably.
Yeah, not for being bad at rapping. You know what I mean? What songs I taken off of? Man, we could sit here. We can go on a list of shit.
I just remember that. Yeah, what was the record? Yeah, he did a record called Scottie Pippen. That was so cold. Shout out to Currency, but my God, I played that motherfucking verse on the radio.
I want to know who took you off the song.
A lot of people take me off songs, man.
Someone takes you off a song. Does that burn the bridge with you?
Nah, not at all, man. It's business. I don't look.
You don't take it personal at all?
Nah. I used to.
Even if you know that it's because you outshined them.
I used to when I was younger, but nah, I definitely don't. It's business. You know what I'm saying? If they don't want to use the verses, they song, what the hell I'm gonna do?
That's
I can't do nothing about it.
Sure way to look at it.
It's business, man.
Like, fatherhood, man.
I mean, I used to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Younger, probably like 7-8 years ago, I'd be like, why you take me off, or why you blah blah blah, or you know what I mean? But I had to look at things in a different fashion. Maybe it wasn't fit, or God ain't mean it.
What's your advice to somebody to let go of the chip on their shoulder like that? Because I talk to a lot of emotional ass rappers.
Right.
And it's just they don't like the approach you just took right now is such a.
You used to have a really big chip on your shoulder.
See, that's
Fred.
what I'm saying.
And I know
that is a broad misconception about me that I got a chip on my shoulder.
I don't think you have one now.
Well, maybe not a chip on your shoulder.
I was one of those people who thought you did prior to having conversations with you in the studio.
Right. I mean, you know what, man? We in the studio, we just clouding, but like,
it'd be jokes and shit.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, I didn't know that you was as cool of a guy as you are. I thought you was one of those people who had a chip on your shoulder, like he said.
Nah, I definitely don't, man. I man, I'm blessed, you know what I mean, every day, you know what I mean, to be in this game. I don't got to wake up and punch nobody's clock. I can go right up to my office and make a song and, and make money and get on the road and do what I want to do. So I don't got, I never had nothing to be mad at. I think that people probably got that misconception about me the way, probably because of the way the situation with Dude was handled when I walked away from that situation.
You talking about Jeezy?
Yeah, when that happened, that probably made the industry look at me like, oh man, this nigga's a hothead, or he, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? But I stepped away from that and became way more successful. So, and even before I was in that situation, I was on a cover XXL with J. Cole and Nipsey
100%.
Hussle and Big Sean.
Freshman cover.
Man, all these, top rappers in the game.
Straight killing, no filler.
Exactly. So it's like, you know what I mean? My dad always told me something that stuck with me since I was a child, and I always remember he always told me, no matter situation, just be so good, be so absolutely good at what you do that you can't be denied.
Undeniable.
So like, You could like blackball me out of a label. You could like not play me on the radio. Like
yeah, because there was a certain time where you were banned off Shade, right?
I'm still banned off that motherfucker. I'm surprised they let me come in this motherfucker. I be feel like I'm banned everywhere.
It was for some bullshit in an interview or some shit, right?
Man, honestly I don't know, man. But to be honest, man, it's water under the bridge. You know, it's probably something from like 10 years ago. I don't know, man.
I'm sure Static Select has accidentally played your verse on a few songs on Shade.
That's what I'm saying. Be so good.
You have any? Would you ever go to a major? Like go back and play that game? Or you cool on that altogether?
I don't know. To be continued.
Well, you had the original OG situation was with Interscope, right?
Hey man, you know, yeah, definitely. That was
way back,
right? And like, damn, that was like 2006, 2007.
Yeah.
Correct.
That fell through. You used some of those beats for that. What was that? Remember what was that mixtape? What was the mixtape you redid the Master P artwork for?
I think Master P artwork.
Remember you like the OG old ass Master P artwork?
Damn man, you really kind of like aging me with the shit you talking about. I don't really know.
DJ Ski fucking dropped it.
Oh, that wasn't Master P. Was that? No, it wasn't. That was Midwest Gangster.
No. It was like. You and a bitch on the cover.
Oh, what was the name of that shit?
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I forgot the name of it.
But
I know what you're talking about.
So that happened, and there was that.
But I ain't really put that together. Somebody else put that together.
There was kind of that time in the middle where you were putting out those projects and heating up, making the XXL freshman cover. Then the CTE thing happens.
Correct.
That didn't work out.
Nah.
Was there ever another time since that CTE situation where, you know, maybe a major deal or somebody like that came in?
I mean, all the time. You know what I'm saying? But
they reach out to you?
Yeah. I mean, I live in LA, man, so I bump to these niggas every day.
Right.
I just feel like everybody just kind of leave you alone, let you do your thing, like, 'cause they know you rich, you getting your money, like.
People do leave me alone and let me do my thing, because like you said, they got that stigma about me. They think that I'm some like unapproachable guy that they can't talk to.
Did Tech ever try to sign you? Because I know you did the Strange tour.
I don't know, man. I probably did. You know what I'm saying? But you know, shout out to him. That was like rap boot camp.
I heard it was crazy.
I would never do no shit like that again. Shout out to Tech Nine, but I would never.
Hed's been on tour with
I've been on Tech Nine tour twice.
Never go on tour. I would never.
All the rules and all that shit.
I would never go on tour with y'all niggas ever again, nigga. I love y'all niggas.
It's
y'all good.
book.
I would never go on tour with y'all niggas ever again. Y'all niggas made me not want to go on tour with rappers. Period. Let me keep it real.
Damn.
Like, I go by myself. When I go on the road, I just go by myself. I don't fuck with.
I thought it was good. I thought it was good discipline for me.
It was not good. It was not good. It was good discipline, yeah.
I thought it gave me a red. It's kind of like boot camp.
But you
said.
don't smoke or drink, bro.
That's true.
It wasn't even just about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I said, man, I rock with those guys. You know what I mean? I rock with Tech. I respect Tech as a legend. But yeah, Travis, boy.
Shout out my
I'm gonna leave it at that. Leave it at that. Because everybody already got this, stigma about Gangsta Gibbs. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But like I said, business wise, I respect those guys. You know what I mean? My personal feelings is my personal feelings. But I will say this about that tour. It was definitely grueling. It definitely, I definitely learned a lot of.
Jaren was on that too, right?
Yeah. Jaren, shout out to Jaren. I definitely learned a lot of business tactics. You know what I mean? From a lot of the things that they was doing as far as like the merchandise and just basically how to overall run a tour. I learned that.
How to maximize monetization on the tour.
So all the negatives aside, you know what I mean?
You gained some knowledge.
Definitely gained a lot of knowledge.
Who would you like to work with that you haven't yet?
Musically?
You pretty much work with
I can't say that. I don't think I work with nobody.
No, I'm saying you pretty much work with people you want to work with. Like, I don't see you working with people you don't like.
I do that a lot, man. You know
really?
Yeah, man. Writing and stuff like that for people. I don't necessarily like work. I don't really necessarily like all the rappers or
you ghostwrite for other artists?
I mean, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it.
You wrote Niggas in Paris?
No.
I'm just fucking with you.
Definitely not. I wish, shit.
Oh, that's a check right there.
I wouldn't even be up here. I'd be retired.
That's a check right there.
Nah, but I mean, like as far as like working on like my stuff with people, I I mean, it's a lot of rappers that I like. I mean, like as far as like working with people, I think it kind of gotta be organic. Cause I feel like I could tell like nowadays, like when stuff is just like put together as shit.
The songs.
Yeah, the songs is like, you know what I mean, the collabs ain't. I like it when it's organic, like, when they really like fuck with each other. Like, you remember like when Gregory Hines and Luther Vandross and shit was in the, like, you could tell them niggas really like
They was with it.
They really vibed out and made that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I like the vibe on 2 of America's Most Wanted.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like
they both in the booth going back.
A more, yeah, like when Currency and Wiz dropped that whole tape together.
Yeah,
it was
dope.
like, they're friends. They,
Yeah, not saying necessarily niggas got to be friends, but I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like collabs got to be organic and it just got to make sense. You know?
Do you have friends in the industry? Kevin Gates said he don't have no friends.
I mean, a lot of niggas say they ain't got no friends when they trying to act like, I don't know. But I got some friends, yeah, of course.
Yeah. That's like,
God damn it.
Right. I got friends too.
I got some friends. I ain't gonna say I ain't got no friends in the industry. I got some.
I would love to hear like one of those little capsules that you're known for dropping, like maybe like 2 or 3 records, just you and Mozzie. I know you guys work together.
I like Mozzie. Mozzie's a good guy. I really respect Mozzie. I respect his come up totally. He definitely one of the best rappers out there right now. I definitely like what he does.
This situation that happened overseas, you were locked up. How long were you locked up? Seemed like a while.
It was like 6 months over there.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was very not fun time.
Yeah, it's crazy because I remember emailing you when you were out there, and I don't know what was going to happen. I was like, damn.
Yeah, that whole shit was crazy. But I mean, you know what I mean. I think that it's like I told everybody else. I think that gave me an opportunity to really like show that a lot of this bullshit out here don't always be what you think it is until you see all the facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of these niggas in this Me Too shit, they getting accused of this shit. Like,
that shit's crazy.
They don't have the opportunity to
defend themselves
in a proper way, and
I don't think you get a fair shake. Like,
unless you go through the court of law. You know what I mean? Like, in my case, I don't even think like. With what was presented against me, if I was in America, I wouldn't even went to court.
Right.
They would have been thrown out. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. Like, I ain't even like I never even hugged these girls before.
Really? Bro,
really?
Listen,
I never gave them I never physically touched these people in my life. I never gave them a hug. I never high-fived the bitch or none of that shit.
That's crazy.
So it was just, their statement counted as evidence, whatever the fuck they said.
Which is crazy.
Do you feel like the court of public opinion is more dangerous than the court of law?
Sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
Because definitely affect your pockets.
It'll affect your pockets. Some motherfucker I seen, what was this dude? Some motherfucking little white dude to do the Comic-Con or some shit like that. Like, his girlfriend said that he abused her mentally or some shit like that, and he got fired.
Roll him up out of here.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like you gotta really
mental abuse.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, bro. You really gotta watch what you say to a woman or any. You know what I mean? It really gotta watch what you say to anybody nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never been the type of nigga to engage in that kind of like behavior with women. You know, people that know me. You know what I mean? They like. No. So when that bullshit came out about me, it was like, yeah, right. You know what I mean? But a lot of this is somewhat of a a culture for a lot of that shit in this industry though, dog. I mean, like we can't deny it now. Now it's on Front Street, and you know what I mean. I'm glad that a lot of people are getting called out for it because shit. I got a daughter, I got a sister, I got a mother. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want a man taking advantage of one of them. Because I wasn't raised that way. So when I see.
Certain shit, you'd be like, yeah, I know that guy did that because I've been around this guy. He's he's a piece of shit. He's a creep.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it sucks when it happens like people in hip hop, but it's like, hey man,
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, man. Shit, man. And if you do it, you deserve to go to fucking jail, dog. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like when you wrongfully, like in your case, you were wrongfully jailed, right?
Definitely.
Do you feel like there should be some sort of like counter or
what
compensation?
What happened afterwards?
Like how the bitches should go to jail for
the same amount of time you did.
For longer. God damn it! Like, bitch.
So, like, what happened in your situation?
It's still an ongoing thing with my situation, so I can't really. You know what I mean? But fuck it. I won. I can go into it, but I'm just saying, like, it's still a thing with me. I'm just trying to get paid. I don't really give a fuck. I just want my money back. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if the hoes go to jail or not. God gonna deal with them. Vengeance is mine. That's in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Read up that shit. You know what I'm saying? But so it's just like, you know, I think that if you are, it should be a trial to see if you lied. Just like it was a trial 100%. To see if I did.
Right, some sort of
that should be a trial to see accountability. Who coerced with you in this story and corroborated with you in this story. Everybody should motherfucking go to jail.
I was just listening to this podcast and it's like if you really think about it, like anybody could just put that on you. Like, yo, he raped me.
And you got to wear that jacket.
And like, yo, it could be absolute bullshit. It'll be so hard for you to shake that, especially if you're in the public eye. It's almost impossible.
But how many motherfuckers can say that though?
No,
a lot of motherfuckers, a lot of motherfuckers can't shake that shit because you know why? Because they actually did it, or they did some bullshit,
or they did something close to it.
They did some bullshit, like straight up. I don't want to say no names, but it's a lot of motherfuckers out here that's fucked up, and I've been seeing it. You know what I mean? It's crazy because like after the shit happened with me, I felt like when I came home, that's when a wave just hit, like of all of this shit. Like,
you feel like you hyper aware now though, like way more like sensitive to like certain situations, like okay, I gotta get up out of here, or I can't be bothered with that, or you gotta walk away from this. Or
oh yeah, you know what I mean. But I feel like I always been like that.
You never sloppy.
I mean, just being from the streets, like I don't go to sleep around a woman I don't know. Fact. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't go to sleep around a nigga I don't know. So it's just like I've always been like, yeah, okay, it's cool. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm never, like I don't know, like I've never really had that issue. You know what I mean? I think that, my issues came because of somebody else. And, and they, plot to get this other person. They, use me. And
scooped you up.
Yeah, exactly. So, I ain't never had no issue like that. But I'm definitely, like I said, I don't even talk nasty to a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I don't text nothing nasty. I don't say nothing crazy. I don't say nothing crazy.
Send no dick pics. Never.
Never, nigga. I never do no shit like that. That's some sick shit. But it's just, we in the screenshot era, man. Like motherfuckers
screenshot the fuck out of
screenshot the fuck out of whatever you say. So it's just, I just figure you just keep that bullshit to yourself, and
it makes sense. Good, yeah. What are you listening to right now? Because I always feel like you're like one of the more diverse ears in hip hop.
Oh yeah. I was just listening to that Childish Gambino a couple joints he just dropped. Those hard. Those two of my favorite songs. That Feel Like Summer joint. That's probably my favorite song I heard this year. That Travis Scott album is.
It's fire,
That's the best album this year.
I've been saying it's like saying 2 or 3.
That's the best. Nah, it ain't
it's
2
one.
or 3.
Yo, it's debatable one for sure.
Debatable. Okay, whatever. I don't even want to say who. I don't want to get in that. I don't want to get in that conversation, but I want to say that that's my personal favorite because I don't want to be like, oh, he shitted on the other. Nope. I like that's if all of them that came out.
After I listened to it the first time, I'm like, this is the album of the year.
That's the best one to me. That's the best one for sure. It's like everything, the way he put it together, all of that.
It's just so seamless.
Everything
the production.
It seemed like one long ass song. Like it's just
it's well put together.
It's very cohesive.
In an era of singles and microwavable bullshit, he approached his project, cohesively.
Yeah, he did that correctly. I like that a whole lot.
100%. What are your thoughts on 6ix9ine? I've seen you like posted listening to him. Like, yo, fuck this. I like this song, bro.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
Shit.
But like what's your thoughts on it, dude? Because I feel like the tide was starting to kind of turn where people were starting to kind of fuck with him. And we're in LA, so it's obviously kind of sticky for him out here. But
yeah. I will say this, man. I like that song. I like, like I said, a couple of the songs, and you know what, man? I had to like. I don't really like that. I know he got that legal stuff going on.
Yeah.
Right now with that whole thing. I don't know. I got a daughter, man, so I kind of like shy, away from that type of stuff.
Makes sense.
Really, but you know what, man? Like being in this industry it's made me have to like separate my likes of people's like art from my liking their values and their personal shit.
That's
what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
It's sad, but
you gotta do that.
It's not
just entertainment at some point.
Yeah, like it's cool. You might make a cool song, but you know, if you're,
I mean, yeah, like
in
I
that
just stopped
vein, I
listening
don't
to R.
really-
Kelly. Like, man,
come on,
Bro, we have to stop
I saw
listening
the
to so
movie.
many people if we judge them based on they art.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just like, but
well,
I mean,
R. Kelly in particular,
ain't,
there's a video
ain't
of
none
him
of us
peeing on a
perfect.
little
Ain't
girl.
none of us perfect, man.
Right.
Ain't none of us perfect. We
100%.
all got, you know what I mean. But it's just certain shit I got to draw
Certain
the line.
shit you
on.
gotta,
Like the rape and the pedophilia stuff. Like if
Come
your
on,
name
man.
kind of in the mix of that, or you like play it out
Right.
to some shit.
Right.
Like
right.
niggas be like, yeah, well, I only got probation. I'm like, nigga, you played. Like
you pled
nigga,
to it.
I ain't pleading shit in no rape case.
Right.
I'm not taking no deal in no rape case.
I didn't do it.
Any nigga, any of you niggas out there that took a deal in them shits,
And you did
something, nigga.
To get out of it, huh?
Nigga, I'm not taking no deal.
On no rape case.
Hell no, this ain't no drug case, nigga.
Right.
This not admirable to have on your record. You don't get no points off of this. This is disgusting.
That's
You
right,
might have to
man.
be in PC if you get locked up for that shit.
Man, this is disgusting.
Yeah.
Your name shouldn't be in the mix of this.
I agree.
So if it winds up in the mix of this, you have to go to the full extent to fight this.
I
to
agree.
prove
100%.
that you did not do it.
100%.
I agree with that. No.
And that's another problem with a lot of these niggas that's getting accused of that shit. Because when they tell you that they didn't do it, they don't sound sincere. You look at them, they don't.
It's kind of like it's
shaky as fuck.
Yeah.
What you do, man? Nigga, you can look at me in my eyes,
Bro.
I didn't do it,
Bro,
nigga.
when I
And if
saw
I tell you I ain't do some shit or I did that, you know. Like,
bro, when I saw you was coming home, I saw a picture of you. I don't remember if it was a picture or a video, and I was like, damn, like. I could see it in your face. Like it was like you was happy to get home, but you was mad
You
as
had
a
to get home to the baby.
mad as a mother.
Like you.
That was like right around the time your daughter was born, right?
Nah, my daughter was already here. That was pissing me off.
Like I could see it in your eyes, bro. Like you was happy to be free and coming
Right.
home, but you was mad as a motherfucker.
I was
Damn.
mad as fuck. My daughter was like 1 or something like that around there, but that was man because she had to be over there. That was
Yeah.
pissing me off. I'm like, bro, I gotta have her over here in this.
In fucking Europe.
Yeah, this some bullshit. I hated that, man. You know what I'm saying? I had to act to fake like it was a vacation or something.
You
That's some
mentioned,
bullshit.
separating kind of like what you like to like your morals of like, and we just had a discussion in the other room, me and our video guy Eric about watching football this year. I didn't watch it last year. I did watch a couple of playoffs games. I ain't gonna lie, but I pretty much just didn't watch the regular season last year by choice.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going that same direction this year. I know you're a huge football fan,
Yeah,
and the Bears are,
they suck.
they suck. But
Live
they
your
suck.
truth, goddammit.
There's some,
Live your truth,
I
goddammit.
don't know. You never know. But,
That's my squad though.
I know, but I'm just curious what your stance is because I know me and you are huge football fans. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
don't like, it's like, I don't know. I wake up every day, man. Like I said, I try to stay out of the political conversation, man, and just make music and have fun. That's why I post so many funny memes on
your
Instagram.
memes are lit.
Because I just be trying to just be lighthearted with everything nowadays, man. Because life's too short to be mad all day. But I hate the fact that like Trump is talking about football. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
got
man,
bigger
like,
shit
why is
going
the-
on.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Like,
saying.
bro, just
Goddamn, nigga.
keep your shit out
Yeah,
of my
man,
shit.
Goddamn North Korea want to shoot a
this
nuke
out.
up our ass. And
Check
you talking
this
about
out.
some fucking football.
You overseas, locked up for some bullshit, right?
Mhm.
And the president on going on back and forth with Kanye on Twitter. Like that gotta be like, ain't this a
Nigga.
bitch? Like, do some foreign policy. Or you know
Hey
what I'm
man,
saying?
like that shit it's crazy, dog. Because I feel like the whole time I was over there, like they news is different. You know what I'm saying?
What country were you in again?
I was in France and I was in Austria.
Okay.
Like they CNN, it's different. Like you might see a motherfucker face get blown off. Like it's
shit.
like explosions and like shit. It's like I don't know. I didn't really. I mean, I knew where Europe was on the map, but I didn't know how ingrained in all that Middle East shit that shit was. That it's some shit going. It was like when I was over there, it was like a motherfucker did like a shooting in a mall in Germany. A motherfucker ran over like 100 people in France with a truck. It was a lot of
you
shit.
remember that?
There'd be a lot of mass.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mass killings.
Well, there's a lot of there's
over there. I mean, it is here too.
Some,
not to take nothing
in
away.
France,
the rest in peace of these
there's
victims and stuff too.
a lot of extreme extremists there on the Muslim side. Like,
correct.
There's a part of France that.
But I can't say that either, man. See, that's some old propaganda bullshit.
Well, no. Like,
how you know it's the Muslim side? How
no. I'm saying that there's actually like a town like in France where like the girls like if I drove through my girl,
right,
like they might fuck the car up.
Yeah. You
on some racism shit?
Yeah, fuck you up for sure.
Yeah. No. Just on some like it's like it's only dudes.
Oh no, women allowed.
Yeah.
What the fuck kind of weird shit is that?
It's like not out in public type shit.
Just saying, like, I like a woman to be around.
I agree.
But it's another thing out
there.
there.
No bitches in here. What's going on?
We gonna
wrap up right now. Let's go.
Go to the strip club.
All right, let's go.
We want Sam's.
It is not Monday, but I mean it's Friday. We probably go to Crazy Girls tonight.
We go to Crazy Girls. I'm with it. Let's do it.
Okay, so the album's out, 10 songs. Freddie,
he gonna drop again before the end of the year.
No, I'm not.
You're not.
You didn't, yeah.
No, I'm not.
You're not gonna drop nothing before the end of the year.
What if Madlib calls you tomorrow and be like, yo, the bandana's ready to go?
He won't. I called him.
Well, let me ask.
Called him. He won't.
When's the last time you talked to him?
Probably like last week.
And last week, what was the update?
He ain't ready yet.
What is because I feel like Madlib is such a like he's like one of those guys that's like a hardcore creative to where he's almost like if you don't know him you might think he's kind of like a little off, you know what I mean? But he's like such a smart dude when it comes to this music shit. And you're used to working your pace and the way you work. Is it frustrating? It's like a gift and a curse kind of to work with someone like Madlib who's so particular and like you know what I mean? Like you might be like, yo, my shit's ready to go. What are we waiting on? Like, what's that dynamic like?
It's definitely a different pace of work. We definitely work in different directions and in different paces. But, you know, when it all collide, it's going to be great. So it's all good. I'm not even tripping.
So you're not dropping before the end of the year?
I'm going to try not to.
You're going to try not to?
Yeah, because I'm, you know. That's a lot of work, man. I don't really.
Nah, you knock it out in 2 weeks. You said it already. You already set the standard.
I'm done with like, man. You know, honestly, dog. You know, ever since I like, I just got a new house. I just put ever since I put my studio in there, like I got so many songs, man.
We'll start calling you Calabasas Fred.
I probably got like 3 albums ready to go. Really,
there we go.
Honest,
so we're gonna pull up. We're gonna pull up.
You always obviously, you know, you part of that like really just dope class in hip hop. Like, you know, a lot of your peers have been just incredible lyricists and. You know, today I feel like it's kind of a dime a dozen on that front.
You think so?
I feel like that there are, but I feel like they obviously don't get as much shine as they used to. I think it's almost like if you look at the XXL freshman cover, it's almost like a proper representation. That's where like your class, there was guys like Nipsey and Cole and yourself and even Pill. Like now it's like Jid and I'm trying to think who else is like super hard.
He can rap.
Slump like Ski Mask can rap. You know what I mean?
You talking about like spitters?
I just mean like but I'm just curious like who, out of these young kids who are you fucking with? Like who's somebody who you actually really fuck with? Like
that was
Jid. Jid's dope.
I be seeing the names and stuff and I look at some stuff I like. Yeah, he can rap. What else I just bumping when I in the car? Man, you know what? Honestly, man, I'm bad with names, man. I just be knowing the songs. What's that one song I like? They be like, I got hoes.
Oh, Sheck West.
Yeah,
Mo Bamba. Of course. That shit's hard.
That shit hard. I like that song.
He signed to Travis, actually.
Yeah, that's tight. I really like that song.
Real quick, let me ask you this. You being a rapper, well, actually, rappers are a fan of you, which is dope. But
that's tight. I never really know that.
Yeah, you like rappers' favorite rapper, but
that's tight. I remember Styles P used to say that back in the day, and I was gonna start saying that, but I ain't.
Bro, like rappers, I know more rappers that are fans of you than actual people. Like,
that's crazy.
But so I want to ask you this.
Shout out to all the rappers. I love all y'all.
Do you have to write your own shit to be in the top 5?
That's a great question. To be in the top 5, like. I think technical best rappers. That's what you mean? Like
just rapping, just
top 5 all time.
Top 5 of all
really,
time.
Essentially, can Drake be in the top 5 all time and he not write a lot of his own shit? I think is really what the question we're asking.
I wasn't asking specifically about Drake.
I mean, come the fuck on.
It's not just about Drake.
I mean, Drake, Kanye, those are the two guys who don't write a lot of their own shit.
I mean, the shit that he did write was phenomenal. So
I agree.
I mean, I can't really. I mean, I don't know. He wrote for other people too. So
this is true.
That's what I'm saying.
Drake did write for Kanye.
So it's like,
But that's why I didn't ask the question he asked. I'm asking, can you be in the top 5 rappers of all time and not write your raps?
And not write any of your raps?
Not right. I think he got to write some of it, a good portion of it.
Because like, what's the fucking line? Like 51% of your raps have to be written by you. Like, I don't understand what this. That's why I'm asking. That's why I asked the question the way I asked.
I don't give a fuck who write it.
If it's good, it's good.
Because you know what? At the end of the day, you got to deliver it.
That's how I feel.
You know
what I'm saying?
That's how I feel.
You got to deliver it. So like, I don't give a fuck who write it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never got into that. Like, oh, this nigga don't write his own shit, or this motherfucker don't write his own. Who gives a fuck, dog? If you make it and deliver it to the people, how you deliver it correctly, the way they want it.
Well, to be fair, those Quick Miller reference tracks sounded like shit until Drake jumped on them.
Thank you for coming in, Freddie Gibbs.
I ain't never really hear those, man. I like all those guys. Like I just told Hed, I like all the rappers.
Kev tonight, bro.
Fred, we appreciate you.
I gotta leave already and shit.
I mean, you know,
we can hang out.
We got no Patron here or nothing.
No, we don't got no Patron.
We don't got no Patron, but we go to a bar right now. Let's go get some drinks.
Let's go hang out.
All right, well, yo. Fucking the interview's over. We're about to go get some fucking drinks.
Sam's.
That's a way to end the interview. Thank you.
Freddie is out right now. Go support that shit.
Yes,
go buy some merch too.
Please get it. We got pillows. We about to have
pillows.
Yeah, we got condoms coming.
Condoms?
I was about to ask you. Got to do
condoms. You got condoms for like, you know what I'm saying?
Glow in the dark.
No, I mean for black men.
Yeah.
For sure.
We gonna have XL.
West Coast.
Yeah.
Yo, it's real 92.3.
Hey.